He was raised in a small, quiet house where love was simple and expectations were few. His mother had given him everything she had. After his father died, she worked long hours, cooked every meal, and stayed awake through many nights just to make sure her son never felt alone. She never complained. She believed that one day her sacrifices would return to her as comfort and respect. The boy grew up and became a man. He was educated, polite, and known in the neighborhood as a good son. People often praised his mother for raising him well. She felt proud when she heard those words. In her heart, she believed that no matter how life changed, her son would always remain close to her. Then he married. At first, nothing seemed wrong. His wife was quiet and respectful in front of others. The mother welcomed her with an open heart. She shared the house, the kitchen, and even her memories. She tried to treat her daughter-in-law like her own child. But slowly, small changes began to appear. The son started coming home late. His conversations with his mother became short. He no longer asked about her health or her day. When she tried to speak, he seemed distracted. His wife often whispered things to him in private. Things the mother could not hear but could feel. The house that once felt warm started to feel cold. One evening, the mother asked a simple question about dinner. The son replied harshly, his voice raised for the first time in his life. She was shocked. She stayed silent, thinking it was just stress. She told herself that marriage brings responsibility and pressure. She chose patience. But patience did not change anything. Over the next few months, the son began to see his mother as a burden. His wife often reminded him that married couples need privacy, that old ways create problems, that a new family must come first. He listened. Slowly, her words became his thoughts. The mother noticed that her belongings were being moved. Her room felt smaller. Her presence felt unwanted. She tried to adjust, to stay quiet, to avoid conflict. She believed silence would protect the relationship. One night, the son sat in front of his mother with a serious face. His wife stood behind him, silent but alert. He told his mother that it would be better if she lived somewhere else. He said it calmly, as if he were discussing something ordinary. The words hit her like a storm. She asked him if she had done something wrong. He avoided her eyes. He said it was not personal, just practical. He said times had changed. He said he needed peace. The mother did not cry. She did not.
The next morning, she packed her clothes into an old bag. She looked around the house where she had spent her life. Every wall held a memory. Every corner reminded her of a sacrifice. She left without a single complaint. The neighbors watched her walk away, confused and silent. She went to live in a small rented room on the edge of the city. Life there was hard. She cooked simple food and slept on a thin mattress. Some nights she cried, but most nights she prayed. She asked God for strength, not revenge. But inside her heart, something was changing. She started working again, doing small jobs to survive. Slowly, she saved money. Slowly, she rebuilt her confidence. She met people who respected her, who listened to her story without judgment. They reminded her that dignity does not disappear when love is rejected. Meanwhile, the son enjoyed his new freedom. The house was quiet. His wife was happy. He believed he had made the right decision. He never called his mother. He never asked if she was safe. Time passed. The mother learned to stand on her own. She learned that pain can either destroy a person or teach them how strong they truly are. She chose strength. She did not plan revenge with anger or hatred. Her revenge was silence, growth, and patience. She decided that one day, her son would understand what he had lost, not through her words, but through life itself. And that day was slowly coming. Days turned into months, and the distance between the mother and son grew wider with time. The mother settled into her small rented room, learning a new routine. Mornings were quiet. She woke before sunrise, prayed, and prepared simple food. There was no one to ask if she had eaten, no one to remind her to rest. Yet she carried herself with dignity, refusing to let sorrow define her. She found work wherever she could. Sometimes she stitched clothes for nearby homes. Other days she cleaned or cooked for families who needed help. The money was little, but it was honest. Each coin she earned gave her a sense of independence she had never known before. For the first time in many years, her survival depended on her own strength. People around her began to notice her calm nature. She listened more than she spoke. When asked about her son, she smiled softly and changed the subject. She never shared the pain he had caused her. In her silence, there was grace. Meanwhile, the son's life followed a different path. At first, he felt relieved. The house felt larger, quieter. His wife decorated the rooms, rearranged furniture, and made plans for their future. He believed removing his mother had solved their problems. But slowly, new problems took her place. Arguments began over small things: money, responsibilities, expectations. The peace he had hoped for did not last. His wife's complaints grew sharper, more frequent. She criticized his work, his habits, his decisions. He tried to ignore it, reminding himself that marriage required compromise. Still, something felt missing. Sometimes, late at night, he remembered his mother waiting for him with warm food. He remembered how she used to sit quietly, never demanding attention. Those memories made him uncomfortable, so he pushed them away. Back in her small room, the mother fell ill one winter. Fever kept her in bed for days. No one noticed. No one came. She survived on water and prayer. When she recovered, she felt stronger in a different way. She realized she no longer expected help from anyone. That realization hurt, but it also freed her. A woman from a nearby house noticed her skills in stitching and introduced her to others. Slowly, more work came. The mother began teaching younger women how to sew. Some of them were struggling to, abandoned or ignored by their families. Without planning it, she became a guide for them. Her pain turned into purpose. The son, unaware of her growth, continued his life. His job became unstable. Stress followed him home. His wife blamed him for their struggles, reminding him of what she had sacrificed by marrying him. He stayed silent, the same silence his mother once carried. One evening, he passed an old street near his childhood home. For a brief moment, he thought he saw his mother. His heart tightened, but he did not stop. Fear and pride held him back. The mother, on the other hand, had let go of pride. She focused on her work, her faith, and the women who now depended on her. She no longer lived in the past. She was building something new, quietly and patiently. Life was preparing both of them for a moment neither could avoid. The son had not yet realized it, but the absence he created was slowly returning to him in another form.